What is up, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one we got some more free agency news. Free agency starts with up in a couple of weeks, and we are getting a little bit of insight on some of the players that the Patriots might be looking to re-sign, and some players that the Patriots are not looking to re-sign and will most likely just be letting go. In this one, it is going to be a piece of the defense, the historical defense they had last year, the best defense in the league, in defensive tackle Danny Shelton. Now, Danny Shelton was signed 2 years ago by the New England Patriots. They traded there with the Browns because he was a former first-round pick by the Browns for a fifth-round pick. They got him. They had a whole season with him. He didn't perform anything special. Back in 2018, the year that the Patriots went to go and win the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 53 against the Rams, he recorded 0 sacks playing in 13 games with 21 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 quarterback hit. And you might be wondering, okay, well, he played 13 games, so was he injured? And the answer to that is no. The rest of those games, he was actually a healthy scratch by the Patriots. He has definitely been a very durable guy. He isn't a guy that goes out and gets injured, which is very good, but he was definitely a rotational piece by the Patriots, and even worse than that, he was really a game day decision on, okay, does he fit into the scheme that we're going to be going up against today? But the Patriots decided to sign him in the offseason last year, a couple months into the offseason actually, and I totally agree with the move. I actually said that the Patriots should bring back Danny Shelton because he isn't going to be a guy that they have to pay a lot for, which they didn't. And in 2019, they got a bargain deal for him. I mean, this was really the best year of Danny Shelton's career. In 2019, he played in all 16 games, was not just a rotational piece anymore. He had 1 forced fumble, 3 sacks, 61 total tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 6 quarterback hits. That's 5 more quarterback hits than he had last year. That's 1 extra tackle for loss than he had last year. That's 3 more sacks than he had last year. And that is about 20 more total tackles than he had last year. Now that we're in this offseason, nothing has been said too much about Danny Shelton. Really, one of the biggest and only notable things about him is that he has changed his agency. He does have a new agent. Oddly enough, it's actually the agent that Antonio Brown used to have in Drew Rosenhaus. And right when the news dropped that that was his agent, I immediately started to get nervous because I was like, Drew Rosenhaus is going to get Danny Shelton the money that he deserves, or even some money that he doesn't necessarily deserve, but coming off the season he did, he's going to get paid. And of course, a few days later after that, news drops that the New England Patriots are not likely to be re-signing Danny Shelton. They're not going to be looking to let him back with the Patriots, and it's looking like Danny Shelton will be on a new team next year. This is definitely going to hurt the Patriots a little bit. Now, the defensive line is definitely something that they have to address this offseason. It's not going to be one of the biggest things, okay? It's not going to be like wide receiver or tight end, but they're going to have holes to fix, especially with the question marks that they have at linebacker. Linebacker was such an important piece to how we got so much production last year, both in sacks, pressure, and interceptions. And of course, the other notable thing here is that the Patriots struggled a lot, not just last year, but even in previous years in stopping the run. It's been a big problem for them, and they are going to be losing a guy in Danny Shelton, a very, very big body to plug up the middle to stop the run. The other thing about Danny Shelton is he is one of the strongest players in the entire league at the defensive line position. I mean, his bench press was historical. He's actually had more bench presses than anyone on the Patriots' current roster. And of course, New England also has a guy like Adam Butler, who is also a free agent. So currently, they only really have Lawrence Guy and Byron Cowart, none of them which are as big as Danny Shelton. Now, personally, I did want them to re-sign Danny Shelton, but I even said this in one of my videos that I didn't totally expect them to be re-signing him. To me, it was less than a 50% chance they would, but I still thought that there was a chance. Again, coming off the season he was definitely going to get paid somewhere that the New England Patriots were just definitely not going to pay. Danny Shelton has the versatility to really go anywhere in the league. Now, some teams that I am hearing regarding in his name are teams like the Rams, are teams like the Texans, and most importantly are teams like the Ravens. The Patriots do have a need at the defensive tackle position, the interior of their defensive line, but it looks like if they're going to spend some higher graded money, they want to get a guy who's going to be more productive than Danny Shelton. A guy that I said we should keep our eyes out for is a guy like Michael Brockers. I talked all about him in a low budget free agent that the Patriots could sign. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below if you would like to look into him or the other free agents I have in that video. But that is going to be it for today. The New England Patriots will not be looking to re-sign Danny Shelton. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. And like this video and subscribe to the channel for way more Patriots content. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in my next video.